This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, good evening, Rabbi. So we're learning Sefer Shaarei Teshuvah. Already approaching the Yom Tov of Rosh Hashanah. It's getting very close. So we're up to Ois Yud Beis in the first Shaar of Shaarei Teshuvah. And we're learning the third ingredient of Teshuvah. We mentioned that Teshuvah really is pretty simple. It only requires three basic ingredients. But nevertheless, to get the full flavor of Teshuvah, there are many, many ingredients, right? It's like a cholent. Cholent is potatoes, beans, and meat. But if you want the cholent to come out really good, you have to put in the right spices and the right ingredients. So too Teshuvah. Teshuvah are the three basic ingredients. You stop sinning, you confess, and you regret what you did. That's the basic elements of Teshuvah. You stop, you regret, and you confess. However, in order to cleanse the neshama completely, 100%, there are many ingredients that are required. Now, tonight we're going to learn about the third ingredient. And the third ingredient is what we call ha'ikar hashlishi hayagoin. Yagoin means sorrow. Now, that would seem very similar to the most basic element of tshuva, and that is regret. What's the difference between yagoin? Yagoin is anguish and sorrow. What's the difference between yagoin and charata? So it says Rabbi Yonah, a very important thing. What's yagoin? Yishtoinen kol yosav. Your kidneys should churn. V'yachshav, and you should think, Kama Rabba Ra'as Mi Shehimra Es Yotzrei. How bitter and terrible it is to rebel against your Creator. V'yagdil Yagoin Bovave, and you should magnify that feeling. V'sar Mischayla B'rayoinav, and a storm should storm in your thoughts. V'ye'oneach, you should be bittered b'mriros leiv, with great heartache. So everyone's bothered by the question, I already did that. I already had charata. Charata is to feel bad about what I did. What do you want from me now? What do you want from my life? I already felt bad about it. I spoke to Lashon, I felt bad. Says Rabbi Yonah, it's not enough to feel bad. Ki yitachin sheyischareit v'yera be'enav. It's possible to regret, and it should be bad in your eyes, al chatasei hashachata, for your sin. V'loi hishlam chukai bazeh, but you did not fulfill your obligation. Yeah, let's say a person, he did not avera. He wasted time. He could have been learning. So finally, he regrets it. He wishes he was learning that time. Says Rabbi Yonah, it's not enough. Why? And the analogy is like this. Let's say you lose $10. You also feel bad. Oh, what happened? Let's say someone gave you $10 and you didn't put in your wallet. You just stuck in your pocket, and then you take out your keys and I must have dropped it on the floor. So you feel bad. And what if you lose $100? You feel a little bit worse. And what if you lost $25,000? That would sting.
In your pocket?
Not in general. That would sting. That would hurt. That would really hurt. So you say, it's the same thing as losing $100? No, it's not the same thing as losing $100. Losing $100, you feel bad. $25,000, it bothers you. There's like a cloud over your head. It really bothers you. Someone who's chas v'shalom, lo yoleinu v'lo aleichem. You lose money, it hurts. But what if somebody lost a relative? The anguish is on a completely different level. It's a different dimension. Says Rabbi Yonah, you're not yotzei just by feeling bad that you did an avera. You need to magnify it to the level as if you lost a lot of money, or if you lost someone dear to you. That's the level necessary to reach this element of tshuva. It's not enough. Yeah, of course, I feel bad that I insulted somebody. That's good. That's charata. That's not yagan. Yagan is you feel bad as if. Imagine when somebody realizes, my wallet. What happened to my wallet? Oh, no. I have to renew my license, and I have to renew my credit card, and I have to renew my banks. It's such a terrible anguish, right? Someone chas v'shalom lost their wallet. Your whole life's in your wallet, right? You have to call the police, and you have to call 5 different credit card companies, and you have to change your identity. It's a terrible thing. It shouldn't happen to anybody. So when a person does an avera and he feels bad, you should realize, we're not talking about feeling, but you feel bad when you lose a few dollars. What happens when you lose something serious? Says Rabbi Yonah, Ki gam hefsed dinar or yisr kasha b'nei ha'adam. Yeah, a person feels bad when they loses a few bucks. Achim avad ashrei be'inyan ra. What if someone swindles you out of every last penny? V'yatzanaki min achasav, and now you're bankrupt. Navshay olav teval, you'd be mourning. V'sichbar anchasai, your groaning would be heavy. V'navshay maralai. V'chein al tsarois rois. Chas v'shalom, if a person had a terrible tsara. V'rabois ke'evoi netzach. Right? Somebody lost a loved one. Someone lost a loved one 50 years ago. It still hurts. Yagoin bovava yoimam. Says Rabbeinu Yoina. And when you think about this, it's very humbling. Because are we on this madrega to feel so bad about a chet? It's very hard to say that we could feel, even when we do an avera, feel bad like we lost $100. Do we even feel that bad?
You qualify the averas on what?
Is the feeling that real as when you lose $100? Imagine if you bought something in the store for $100 and you find out you could have gotten it for 62. You feel bad. You feel like you made a bad decision. Do we feel that bad when we do an avera? Says Rabbi, even that's not enough. It should be worse than a big tzara. Even more than that, should you be in anguish? Someone who rebels against Hashem. The hishches and acts in a corrupt way. The hisav alila lefanav, and acts in a way which is detestable to Hashem. How could a person do such a thing? And not remember his Creator. You rebel against your Creator. Don't you realize you started out as one cell and God made you from nothing? Without Hashem, not only wouldn't you be wealthy, and you wouldn't not only would you wouldn't be. The chesed asa imai. Think about all the things that Hashem did for you, that you could see, and you could hear, and you could think, and you could smell. And you have emotions, and you have feelings, and you have everything. And God guides you every moment. God preserves your soul every second. And at every second, God is showering you with unlimited benefit. How could you fill your heart to anger Him? And how foolish could we be? And how could our vision have been so clouded? How could the eyes of the sinner have been so clouded? From his heart understanding. Says Rabbeinu Yoina, anyone with a degree of intelligence, that his eyes are open to what we're saying, should engrave this idea on his heart. And that is, that as bad as a person would feel if he lost his wallet, it should feel worse if he did an avera. And if we're not on that level, at least we should feel bad that we're not on that level. That's a very big, important principle in Teshuvah. Not just enough to regret what we did, to magnify the feeling, to feel downright miserable, to feel pain, that we have the audacity to go against the one who created us and gives us everything we have. Okay, Rabbi say, we should take this to heart. Shkoyach.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.